Now, sometimes you're going to use the distributive property within a problem. So I'm going to show you that right now by using the distributive property and then adding your like terms. So in this first example here, I'm going to just add a -1 right in front of the parentheses, okay? They did that in the problem as well. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take that -1 and we're going to multiply it. We're going to distribute it, okay? So 5a just kind of hangs out in front. The -1 multiplies with a, and then the -1 multiplies with -3b. So I'm going to multiply those together. So -1a is -1a. -1 times -3 is positive 3b. Now, you can actually go one step further with this because your 5a and your -1a, those are like terms. So we're going to add that together to get 4a. And then we have plus 3b. Now, these are unlike terms. One has an a, one has a b. So those you cannot add them together. All right, in the next one, here's an 8 on the outside of parentheses. We're always going to do that first. So 8 times x is 8x. Now we're going to multiply that 8 times -3. Okay, so 8 times -3 is -24. You can just write it as -24. Now, before we start adding, I have another term that's on the outside, so I'm going to distribute again. So 4 times x is 4x, and 4 times 2 is 8. Okay, so now I'm going to make my circles and squares. I'm going to combine my like terms. So I have 8x and I have 4x. I'm going to put those together. I'm going to actually write those next to each other. Okay, and then I'm going to take the -24 and +8, I'm going to write those next to each other. Those are also like terms. Now I'm only going to add my like terms. So 8 plus 4x is 12x. And then I have my -24 plus 8. That's going to be -16. So that's my answer because I cannot combine like terms. All right, so the last two examples that I'm going to show you, I'm just going to take that number on the outside. I'm going to distribute. So -3 times 2p is -6p. -3 times -3q, that's going to be a positive 9q. Now, these are both unlike terms. One's a p, one's a q. So that's as far as I can go. That's actually my answer. All right, last one. This is just like the first one where we're going to put that 1 in front of that parenthesis so we can distribute. So this is the -1 that I'm going to distribute. That -a is just going to kind of hang out for a second. So -1 times a is -1a. -1 times -b, that's going to be a positive 1b. And now I'm going to add those like terms. I have a -1a, that becomes -2a. And then plus 1b. Now, once I have an a and a b, I can't go any further. That is my answer. I cannot combine my like terms. Those are not like terms, so I cannot combine them. I said that wrong. All right, go ahead and try those